getting close to the session, you know, we're trying to understand where are we revenue-wise and budget-wise for 2011, which we're already almost 6 months into, and what's going to happen in 12 when the stimulus money is gone. So we've got that dilemma, and how do we finish the fiscal year after the cuts that have been made, and what do we do to close the gap for 2012? People have the impression that we grew too much during the last 8 years. So the mandate under my legislation is to restructure government, not necessarily to find savings only, but to make it more streamlined so that people can get their services on a prompt basis without major cuts to the We're still not done with capital outlay. We're still looking at there's some that aren't moving. You know, the government had this horse raising programs there in Albuquerque. I can't remember what he called them. That was about $5 or $6 million, and it hadn't moved. But he was adamant about not taking that money. Now we're going to have to. Now that he's gone, Governor and I, you know, before he got elected, the first time, he called me a number of times, took me with him around the state, and said, "This is my man, my numbers guy, and it's going to be my fiscal person." And so I went with him. I supported him, and he got elected. But once he got elected, he said that he was going to get rid of, I guess we were obstacles to the governor. So he tried to find opposition for me a number of times. In other issues, confrontation, he requested that I be removed as chairman of the LFC, that I was after him personally. So all this created some conflict between, you know, himself and myself. But, you know, I put that aside and said, look, we need to work together as an executive and legislature for the benefit of the public. But personally, I said, you know, why do I need this man as a person or as a friend? But I said, we need to work together to get things accomplished. And yes, no, he called me as part of the leadership up there. We discussed how do we approach balancing the budget. But that was the extent of our conversation. Why do you think he came from Washington? He knew all the ropes. He knew how to set it up. He learned that when he was in the Congress, when he was, if you recall, for Clinton. You know, he learned how to be a strong person. So we had to deal with it, and I found it pretty difficult sometimes to take him on.